Wow. It was pretty close to what I was expecting to happen, but boy, what a roller coaster ride this was, man. I'm just wow. I'm not sure about what the next season's going to be, but this was I'd still say episode 6 was the better episode, but this one was pretty action packed, man. I mean, there was a lot of crap going down on this episode. I was net ending, man. Wow, just wow. So we have our two Doctor Midnighters here who are still, I don't know. They have some use now. I mean, they were able to see Eclipso, so I'll give them that much. They actually had something to do in this episode, so it's Chucky here is telling him his evil genius plan and all this, and he's trying to get them all in there, and she's Beth and the real Doctor Midnight are trying to figure out what's going on here, and boy, I mean, there's just so much going on in this episode, man. So, of course, Ships join them, and they're all going to help Beth to fight him. Meanwhile, they're trying to get the robot to work and all this, and this was this was kind of a I don't know why they didn't just do this at the beginning, but like I said, there's spoilers on here, so they're trying to get the robot to work here. Let's see if it shows it. Well, they can't get the robot to work because the mechanic guy says he needs a 747 engine. So they just sit around and screw around, and then this guy says, "I want Chinese food," and the freaking thing goes to China and gets Chinese food, and I mean it's just a bit silly that whole thing. But so here we are. We're in the big finale here, the big showdown. So I mean, all hell breaks loose, man. They're just fighting all over the place here. So Eclipso is making them see things and all this crap, and it's just they're just fighting air basically. It's kind of silly, but that's Eclipso's gimmick is he makes you fight things that aren't there. So he's like, here's your enemy, and here's Wildcat's enemy, and meanwhile, she's just shooting the hell out of everything here, and I don't know, man. It's just pure. I wish there was more of a point to it, but it was just nonstop fighting. But so they figure out that Eclipso is just making them see things. So they finally all stop fighting whatever it is they're fighting here. And then we go back to this with this whole thing with these two was just so stupid. I mean, the guy should have just wished and given the damn mechanic what he wanted a hell of a lot earlier so he could get the robot in action. But no, we got to drag it out and all that. And see, here's the thing. He tells this guy, "I want Chinese food." So the guy goes to China, and brings back. Look at this. He's got Peking ducks and all this shit. And he goes and gets authentic Chinese food, I guess. So let's get back to the other stuff here. So they finally stop screwing around and they get the robot working, and he kicks Eclipso's ass pretty good for a bit. But then Eclipso has his turn, and then the kid tells Thunderbolt to shock him. I don't know why he didn't tell him to kill him. Should have just said kill him. So I don't know. But Eclipso ends up getting both of them like nothing. I mean, the thing with Eclipso is it reminds me a lot of Thanos. It's like this super OP guy and all this. It's just so. Ouch. Rick shows up with Solomon Grundy, and then Solomon Grundy gets it though. He just. Yeah, where's that scene? I'm trying to get that scene where he's. All right, there we go. So goodbye, Solomon Grundy. For now, anyways. So somebody mysterious comes to the door, which I knew who this was the moment I knew who this was. So I'm not going to say anything yet. So she's fighting Eclipso one on one, and he's like, tell me you hate me, and tell me you hate me, and all this." And she finally does it, and then yeah, where is it? He goes inside of her like he did Shiv. He just like possesses Courtney. So here's Eclipso with the power staff with her, and now yeah, here she is with the. Let me find words. What's this? Oh, I guess that's a little bit later on, I guess. But oh, we go back to this crap with Beth and the family and all that stupid crap. So, oh, by the way, here we go. Another big surprise. So the Shadowlands being opened is like a healthcare for this guy. So Mr. Dramatic Death is back from the dead here. So he's helping to join in the fight. So let's see here. So Beth's parents find out who she is and all this, blah blah. So, anyways, uh, Shiv right here is telling her, okay, so we have to kill Courtney because that's how this works. You have to kill the host and all this. And Wildcat's like, no, we're not killing her and all this. And I unfortunately have to agree with Shiv, but I mean, I don't know how else you're gonna get around this. So Wildcat says, no, we're not gonna do this. So they try to two-man her, take her down, and then poof! Look who shows up. Starman. Now, I'm telling you, they telegraphed this very badly. Okay, I love this show and everything, but it was so obvious at the end of season one where this was going with him. I just totally I knew this was going to happen, but see what I thought was going to happen was is that she gets possessed obviously by Eclipso. I thought the staff was going to fly to him and then he was gonna zap her or show her the light or do something where he gets it out of her instead of killing her. But instead, they just fly around in a circle, and he's telling her like, "Look, the staff chose you because you're special and all this." And then Courtney's like reliving the past season and looking at the staff and all this, and I mean, it's really good. It's really good. And then where is it? She realizes Pat is her real dad, and then that's what sets her free. So Eclipso flies out of her, and he catches Courtney. And then we have those. Where's those goofballs? It's those idiots. The ones that are. Oh, okay. Come on, show me it. Well, I'll just show you what happens next. So, anyways, Shade's saying, "Well, you better kill him now while he's weak and quit screwing around and all this." So we got Green Lantern Stargirl with the staff hitting him, and Thunderbolt, and the kid. This stupid kid, man. He tells Thunderbolt to turn him into toast. Why he can't get it into his head to just kill this guy is just I don't get it, man. I really don't. So there he is. He got turned into toast. So they're not showing it here, but I was trying to find where they were, but it's basically I think it's Sportsmaster and Cheetah or whatever. It's that soccer girls or that football girl player Artemis. Her parents break out of jail and they come back and help with Shiv and all this. Oh, by the way, our man spends most of the episode trying to recreate the hourglass and all this, and he can't do it. So I don't know. He's kind of like the new Beth. So, anyways, Eclipso is toast. So, I mean, it was awesome seeing them all use their powers, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, you turn the guy into toast. I mean, it's a bit silly, but overall, I don't really have many complaints. I mean, look at how awesome the Thunderbolt looks, and oh, and they got like I said earlier when the robot was fighting, he's got a big ass chainsaw now and a flamethrower, and I mean, they don't fuck around on this shit now, man. I mean, this robot really kicks ass now, man. I mean, he's got all sorts of upgrades and shit. These two though, I mean, now that Eclipso's gone, they're going to be back to being nothing, just staring at infrared walls. So I'm curious what's going to happen with him and her. And he said he doesn't want to be Starman anymore, so he's going to teach her how to be Stargirl, I guess. So here's the aftermath, and Yolanda's back with him now, and she's gonna stay there. And then she's asking Courtney, "Well, what about you and Starman?" And then she's in the basement with him, and they're talking. And let's see, where is it? Starman comes down. He says, "I'm not taking the staff. I don't want to be Starman anymore, but I can teach you how to be better with it." And she's like, "All right, I can work with this." And Pat's like, "Oh no, you got to go to summer school and all this." And there's the best scene was that whole fight scene, but we have to deal with this fluff crap. So, anyways, Beth's like, "Oh, I found your wife and all this, and you have a kid." So I don't know if Doctor Midnight is going to be on here anymore. I mean, he gave her the bag for some reason and told her, "Your Google glasses now." So I don't know. Both really kind of yeah. So it's, these two are like, we need to form our own justice society and do our own thing and all this. And it's like, oh, I don't even know what I'm doing and all this. And it's like, oh, I turned Eclipso into toast. At least he's dead and all this. And it's just, I don't know. It's just fluff crap. So here we are with Icicle's kid, and his parents are like, they're showing him their powers finally, and they're like, oh, time for you to inherit your powers. And I guess they're gonna try and make him evil next season or what? I don't know. So here's Yolanda coming out of church, and her and Cindy have a chat here, and Cindy's like, "Look, I want to be in the JSA now, and I was wrong, and all this, and I don't know what's going to happen with Artemis and those other people, because I don't know. I mean, next season's going to be very bizarre. I think. I mean, this is so Rick is over here burying Solomon Grundy and feeling bad, and then the Shade here. Shade shows up and says, "Oh, I'm going to show you where to bury him. He dies all the time, and he comes back to life, and all this." It's like, oh, okay, so Grundy's not out of the picture, I guess. Well, he is for now, but okay. So for 2 seasons, We've had to deal with this and this divorce and this whiny thing with them and this whole nonsensical, meaningless plot point. And in the end, here, Beth gets what she wants, and her parents are on board with it, and now she's unhappy. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? For 2 seasons, she's been wound up about her parents, and now they're staying together, and they're okay with her being a superhero, and she's like, eh. It's just, I get so annoyed with Beth. Just very irritating. So, here we are at the aftermath, back at the house, and they're saying, "Oh, we're gonna have a normal life now," and all this. So here's the here's these people that Sydney broke out of jail and had come help them fight Eclipso and all this, and they're they buy the house next door to Courtney's, and then it's, I don't know if they're joking around with this or what, but look, frenemies. That's some funny shit. I'll give them that. That's pretty good. That's pretty much that. I mean, oh, I guess we're gonna fight this guy next season. I forget who this is in the comics, but I guess basically their ideal of the Red Skull or something. I forget what his name is, Doctor Bones or something. It's been a while. I mean, he looks familiar, but I guess this is who we're fighting next season. Why this guy? It seems a bit weird that this guy wants to go and fight people when he's got a town full of superheroes and villains trying to live together. It's very bizarre. I mean, there was a lot of weird stuff going on, man. That's basically it. That's the last thing we see. So in 2022, we'll have more Stargirl, I guess. Oh, that's that, I guess. I have to say, this season overall was, I don't know. I still think the first season was better, but I don't hate this season. But it seems like episode 6 and this finale were the only really. Everything else was just. I mean, a lot of those episodes were so boring. That seems to be the biggest complaint I have about this season. Is it's pretty boring. I mean, they need to liven it up more. It's like they saved all their budget for the finale and that episode 6, man. That episode 6, I've watched that a couple of times, man. I just love that she's riding the thing and flying around shooting it and stuff. I mean, that was really, man. Um, I still love the show overall. There's not hardly any woke crap except for Beth calling Eclipso a racist. That because he called her fat, which was stupid. But I still love this show. I can't wait for season 3. But I'm just wondering what's gonna happen with Cindy if she's gonna. I don't know if they're gonna let her join. I don't know if she's pulling a scheme or I don't know. It seems very sus that she wants to join now, but I don't know. I really don't. And Starman being there, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's gonna be her mentor next season, which that's fine. I mean, if I remember right, didn't he used to date Pat's wife? I think he did, if I remember right. That's why she thought she was Stargirl for some reason. Overall, it was. I knew Starman was going to show up at some point. I don't. You know what? I hope. I kind of wish they showed how the hell he lived. It's kind of weird that they all die at the beginning, and then he's like on the first episode. Starman's like, "Oh, you screwed up, Pat. You should have got the car or whatever." And then he looks like he died, but I don't know how he's still alive. I really don't. Maybe he's not the real Starman for all I know. Who knows? I mean, overall, probably the second best episode to episode 6 this season, though. Episode 6 is hard to top, man. They should have had her flying on the staff like that one, and flying around shooting it and everything. I mean, what I don't understand about Eclipso is why he. Okay, so Solomon Grundy could kick his ass. The robot could kick his ass, and he's not like hurting or anything from those two, and he ends up beating both of them. And then Stargirl hits him with the thing point blank, and it just pushes him back. But it takes Green Lantern, her with the staff, and that Thunderbolt kid, all three of them zapping him to. Well, I think the only reason he lost was because the kid said turn him into toast. I mean, he's not. I don't know. It, I like it, but I hate it at the same time. It was so silly. I was expecting them to like blow his head off or just see him just die there with a hole in his chest like Grundy or something. I mean, think about it. That guy took the Green Lantern hit, the Stargirl staff hit, and then Thunderbolt electrocuting him at the same time. And he was surviving that. And before that, he had arrows shot into him and hit with baseballs or whatever. I mean, I don't even think Thanos took the beating that this guy did. And this guy's just like, oh, you're making me itch. It's like they kind of screwed up a bit with that. They kind of went with the Thanos thing where they made him a little bit too powerful. I mean, I don't know. So I don't know. If I was them, I would go and throw that toast in a fire, or I don't. It seems very weird that turn this guy into toast. It's just, imagine if that kid had said, "Can't you just kill this guy? I'm tired of this." I mean, think about how much problems that would have solved this whole entire episode. I'm wondering if our man's gonna get that formula back, which I doubt. That was a big screw up having him destroy that thing because it just made him pointless now, like Beth. So I'm wondering if next season, if he's gonna spend half the season trying to get the formula back or something. He ought to tell that kid to wish for him to get the Hour Man formula back. That would be a lot. That whole thing with Thunderbolt is kind of a big plot hole if you think about it. Because I mean, the problem with having a genie that can grant you pretty much anything, it kind of negates a lot of things. Like, I mean, like I said, if that kid knew what he was doing and he just went and said, "Hey, just go and kill this guy, get rid of him, kill him," they wouldn't have had to done all of this. He's kind of like I don't know what you call it, a purposeful plot hole prop, but at the same time he's doing whatever. So I don't know. If I was that kid, I think I would have told it to give me superpowers to defend myself because I'm surprised Eclipso just didn't kill him there. I find it weird that Eclipso killed Solomon Grundy, but he didn't bother killing the kid and the robot, and then he just dragged Pat over and said, "I'm going to break his arm until you say what I want," and all this. So I don't know. I mean, it's all minor complaints. I mean, it's still one hell of a show. Well, I guess I'll pick up in 2022. I can't wait. Tell you that much. Thanks for watching.